Hey, in anticipation of the weathermen actually being accurate, which is always a risk, and that I probably wouldn't be able to get into the office on Monday, my original plan of building the class today, practicing it on Sunday, and then doing it on Monday has been had a monkey wrench thrown in it. So I built it today, and without any rehearsal, I'm going to go through it and send everybody the link so that they have it and they can watch it in the normal Monday time slot, or if they're stuck watching the snow come down, they can watch it whenever they feel like it. But if you do watch it, I would appreciate it if you sent me an email with any kind of feedback you have, good, bad, or indifferent. Second, in the video, I will discuss a checklist that I put together of the steps of what you need to do, and the only way to get that checklist is to email me, and then I'll send it to you, rather than just attach it blindly. I think you need to listen to the class and then request the checklist. Without any further ado, today we're going to talk about building a business ecosystem with AI, right? I am of the belief that the agent of the immediate now and certainly into the future needs to have a core team for their transaction, but they also need local presence in their community, and the way to do that is through leverage and leveraging other businesses in the, in a few ways to get into their databases eventually, but to use the local businesses first and primarily to add value to the people in your database. But overall, the idea is we're going to build a business that's a real ecosystem that you are wrapping around your target audience, your past clients, and around the local businesses, all with the idea that you have a giver's gain mentality, and the way you want to grow your business is by helping other people get what they want out of life. So that's where we start. So the overall philosophy is, one, the old networking way that we all used to hear about business networking, we hated it, right? Because you felt like you were just going to people and begging them, like Oliver Twist, please send me some referrals. It was, let's have a coffee meeting, but nobody had an agenda. There was no measurable outcome to those meetings. You had vendor lists, but you didn't know that you could trust the people on your vendor list. I mean, honestly, most agents don't have vendor lists, but if you have one, you don't know if the plumber's any good on it, if the maid service is doing great work, whatever you're using. So we want to get around that. And basically every relationship you have with a business, when you're meeting them, usually through a chamber of commerce meeting or BNI group or that kind of networking group, is really transactional. Everybody's keeping score. How many deals did you give me? How many deals can I give you? What's the value of a customer? And I don't want to be in a business where it's tit for tat and everybody keeping score. I want to be purely in whoever's in front of me, whatever they need, I want to help them get it, right? So part of the reason we do these classes is I know my audience of people we're looking to grow our mortgage business with is real estate agents. And I see real estate agents genuinely have a need right now as their industry is evolving, that the world is evolving with AI. And so I feel compelled to say, let me go get some value and share it with the people that I care about. And that's why you're on this call. But I think going forward, the AI-powered networking, right, our new model has some differences. One, the agent is becoming a marketing advisor, an efficiency consultant, a visibility amplifier, and a connector of opportunity. Right? We're not going to businesses and asking what I can get from them. We're going to businesses and saying, here's what I can help you with. And if you're a decent human being, Mr. Business Owner, if I grow your business, guilt is going to make you help me grow mine. I don't ever want to say that out loud, but that has to be understood, right? The idea that we're giving classes for agents or giving them technology or showing them how to do something, at some point, if you agents are decent human beings. You're going to understand, hey, you know, I owe Dean and Lisa and Lauren and Brendan and John, whoever, a favor. I got to get them a deal. But in the beginning, it's I want to give unconditionally, right? So my goal for today is to move my face to get you to, I want to learn or teach you how to use AI, right? And to help local businesses grow, provide value to their database, build authority in the community, and create reciprocal referrals naturally, right? We're really looking for two databases. We want to use these businesses to add value to your database, but in the end, we're trying to get access to their database so that we can help add more value to them. Because the more people we can add value to, the more likely we're going to get business back, right? The result is businesses will want to refer us clients because they're going to want to stay in our good graces. They're going to want to continue to get value that we bring. The key is we have to bring value. So let's keep going. It all begins and ends with one thing: giver's gain. In life, if you can give without expectation of getting anything back, you will get ahead. You will get more in return than you ever give. But the idea that most people give expecting a return makes it transactional, and that's not a relationship. So our philosophy, our belief has got to be that our business gives because that's what we do. Okay? So as an agent, the key thing to everything is your database. And it's not just a phone book. I'd rather see everybody shrink their database to real people who know, like, trust, and really want you to succeed. And rather than have 10,000 names and phone numbers and emails, I'd rather you have 15 people that understand that they have a relationship with you where you're constantly giving them stuff, and that out of just simple morality, they're going to get you a transaction every 2 years. Because everybody you know will find somebody they can refer you over a 2-year period. So if I can identify enough people and add enough value to them where they're going to refer me somebody every 2 years, then I'm happy as an agent, right? It's what Zig Ziglar said: you can have anything you want in life if you're willing to give enough other people what they want. That's got to be in your bone marrow. But it all starts with your database and you finding ways to love your database. And as an agent, yeah, you can keep your database informed of the market, that their house has gone up in value, or maybe even where interest rates are, or when it's tax grievance time. You could have some good touch points that are real estate related, but that's not a real relationship. That's you being a really good service provider. Okay? Relationships are going to come by giving people more than what you have. And that's why you need a business network. You need to get local businesses. And whether they're discounts at the local restaurant, or helping them find a dentist when they move into a community, or getting a babysitter for Saturday night, if you can become the person they think of every time they need something, then you've achieved top of mind awareness to the point where you have a real relationship. And that's going to make you an authority in the community, right? Once everybody in your community knows you're the go-to guy, you're the mayor of the town, and that you know everybody, and you know who the best places to go for Chinese food, as well as I need somebody to clean my pool, that's when you will dominate. And when it's time for them to need your services, to sell their house, to help their kids buy a house, to buy an investment property, to buy a second home in Florida, you want to be in every one of those conversations. Okay? So overall, we want to look at it as, well, what's the value to your database? Well, you want to give them discounts on local businesses. You want to be able to give them trusted vendors, right? So if you build this around where you live, you should feel comfortable that this is the place you go when you need, I don't know, the best pizza in your neighborhood. Those are the people you want to connect with, so that when everybody in your database says, hey, we're having a pizza party, you can say who they should be using, right? Some people in your database need education. Like, to me, the most obvious thing is that everybody needs a will, and 90 some odd % of people don't have one, especially if you're a homeowner, right? And if you have kids, you need a will, you likely need a trust, and you're not doing anybody you know any favors by not sharing with them the expertise of a good attorney who can help them with a will or a trust. You need a great financial person, tax person, a great insurance person. You need a great, tax grievance person. There's just so many good contractors that are reliable. Your database needs these things because they're homeowners. This stuff comes up. But they're also people who have a lifestyle. So when Little League signups are, and when the PTA meetings are, and when the Memorial Day parade is, and whatever, they need education, and you need to be the portal for them, right? When they work with you and your referrals, they will be operating under less risk. They're not gambling on the quality of person they're working with or the information they're getting. Your database is going to love you more and more after you help them find a home and close on it, if you take care of them. Your people are going to love you more after you help them sell their home, if you've helped them with a mover, a storage company, an auction house, tax person, financial planner, somebody who can help them get to the next chapter of their life. And where we always say, oh, well, people who sell their house, they're moving away, they're not a great referral source in my neighborhood. That's baloney, because they know all the neighbors. And all the neighbors probably stayed in contact with them. And when they're ready, they're going to say, what was your experience like working with Agent X? Those people, you need to keep them close to you, right? What about the businesses? What's the advantages to them? Well, you can help them improve their marketing. You can help them use AI to efficiently run their business. You can help them get more exposure in the neighborhood, whether it's just to your database or to the local marketing or the networking, not just of one business, but every business, right? Because it doesn't make sense to just go find an attorney who can help somebody with a divorce if you're not also introducing them to somebody who could, help them do lawn care, because they have mutually clients that can benefit from the other, right? You can help these local businesses build better systems into their businesses, right? As you're learning and you're improving your business and becoming more of a CEO in your business, it's incumbent on you to share that information and help other people do it, because that's the reason they're going to look for you. People are not just going to refer you because you're a good agent, because let's be honest, there's a lot of them. People don't refer us borrowers because we can provide a 30-year fixed rate loan, because virtually there's 100 monkeys that they could throw a dart at that could provide a 30-year fixed rate loan, right? People refer us because we educate their clients, we communicate better, we help our agents get smarter, get better technology, and we communicate better with them. And we're constantly looking to upgrade everybody's performance. That's why there's value in making us part of your team as you move forward. Well, you need to be that too. And not just with your lender, your attorney, your home inspector, and the people you need in your transaction, but everybody you're going to meet at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, at the local restaurant, at the hair salon. You need to connect with them and have them know, not just believe, but know their life is better because you know them, right? And then being an agent who's an authority in the community gives you recognition, gives you publicity. You're having different conversations with clients on the Little League field. It's not just, oh, little Johnny's, can hit the ball to right field. It's, hey, what's going on in the market? Hey, my mom's thinking of, it's time to sell the house and move in with us. You're having real estate conversations because you're a freaking authority. You're not just one of 5,000 people who say they're an agent in your neighborhood, right? And that is what drives referrals. You becoming an authority who grows people's business and adds value to everybody you come in contact with, that has to be the goal. If you're still running your business as, I really know the real estate game, I know home values, I negotiate, I know how to market my properties, I do a lot of open houses, and that agent is a dime a dozen. There's a reason 71% of agents last year didn't do a transaction. It's because that's the minimum operating standard of anybody having a license now. And being good at it means you get to that next level of 1 to 4 deals a year. And now we're up to 86% of agents have done 4 deals or less last year. And you can't make a living on 4 deals. If it's a part-time hobby, then don't do all this. But if you're serious about this being your career and the way you feed your family and build a legacy, that can't be the level. You need to add value to everybody you come in contact with, and not just your value, but the local businesses, and people have to see you as an authority and a local connector of everyone. Has to be your mission. Has to be the thing you're spending almost every waking hour thinking about how you could do it better. See, you need to start with the idea of help you can give to a business, right? That's our focus today is, what are we going to do for local business? What kind of help can you give, an attorney? What help can you give them? You can't give them legal help, but you can give them a lot of things that you know. You can help them with their social media, whether it's what to post, how to post, ideas for posting, how to shoot videos, how to do videos that are faceless, how to, get information out, how to build their brand on social media. You can help them on creating a Google presence, right? We know that when people search in AI for local businesses, the first thing AI goes to create a report card for you is your Google business profile. I guarantee you the majority of businesses in your neighborhood who are just worried about operating their business and keeping the lights on hasn't taken the time to make sure their Google business profile is accurate, that it has value, so that when AI goes looking for them, it has their website, it has their hours of operation, it has their contact information, it has testimonials, it has all the things that need to be filled out, because that's what AI is looking for. And it's not a hard thing to help people get this, right? If they want to be email marketing, whether it's to prospects or past clients, you could go into ChatGPT and create a drip campaign for somebody in less than 10 minutes. And so the attorney either thinks it's below them, they don't have the time, they're overwhelmed in their job, and you could literally do something in 20 minutes that could help change their business. Maybe they're not good at customer follow-up because they don't have a tickler system in their calendar. You do it naturally. Some of us still would be doing it on index cards. We hang up on the phone on a Monday and we know we should call them back on Wednesday. We move the index card to Wednesday's to-do list, and we do it that way. But obviously with technology, there's 1,000 better ways to do it. But that doesn't mean people are doing it. Most people, and I'll even tell you the majority of agents, suck at follow-up. We're really good at that first call and getting people to know, like, and trust us. But if people aren't ready to make a buying decision in that moment, and quite honestly, especially in our world, people shop way more than they buy. If you don't have a follow-up system, your money is going out the bottom of your bucket. You have holes in your bucket. Well, that's true of other businesses, and you need to help people get better at it. Most other businesses don't have a clear brand. They don't have an avatar. They don't know who their best customer looks like, what their cost of acquisition to a customer is, what they should be spending their money on to bring in new customers, or where they should advertise. Well, that's where you have picked up things over the years that they're not picking up as they're running their plumbing business. They're not exposed to it. And then time management is the biggest problem for everybody I know, right? But the idea of organizing people and saying, well, this is your prospecting time, this is your transaction management time, this is your time you're devoting to past clients, this is your devotion to referral partners or whatever else. The idea that you can help people build a calendar where they can tackle all the things that they lie awake at night worrying about, or that they know are falling through the cracks, critically important. So for those of you who think you can't help all these local businesses, these are universal problems in every business. And when I meet with a new business person, no matter what field they're in, I always start with, hey, where do you get new customers? I always say, what's the biggest challenge you're facing? If you had unlimited resources, what would you be doing? If you had, an assistant, what would they be doing? Because I want to uncover their pain and then say, hey, I can build a solution for that. Okay? Next, I think the agent's role in this world is changing. It's going from, hey, could you refer me clients? I'm a really good agent. I'm really going to do a good job for your referrals. Instead of it being that, it's got to be, I help local businesses grow by using AI tools. Would you like a quick audit of your business? It's a different conversation. The conversation isn't about what you want and what you're looking to get out of a relationship. It's about, what can I help give you, right? So when we talk about your core 25, people who are going to refer you business, whether they're business owners or not, it all starts with, what can I help you with? Some people will be, I need you to donate for my charity, or I need you to walk my dog because I'm going on vacation. I need you to babysit my kids. I need a ride to the airport. But most of the people, especially in the business world, whether you've met them at a Chamber of Commerce meeting or a business networking group, or you just met them at the supermarket, they need help with their business. I won't say never. Once or twice I've met businesses where I've said, if I can help you grow your business without add value, and a couple people have said to me, usually they're accountants. Nobody really likes accountants. Now I have more business than I can handle. All right? But those people are few and far between, and when they say that, my comeback is, well, do you have too much business that I can help get to somebody else who does what you do? Or I can help them grow their business with your excess that you don't need? And then usually the conversation changes. Next, this is really a progression, right? So as we're looking to go after businesses, the first thing we need to do is identify potential people we want to create a partnership with. The obvious ones have to do with the transaction, and then people who need something for homeowners, right? So hopefully you already have a business partner that's an attorney, a lender, a home inspector, an insurance professional, maybe even a tax person, an estate person, right, as advisors to your clients. But then you have that next ring of people who are in the home business, like stagers, junk removal, cleaning services, auction people, somebody who can help somebody with a garage sale, landscapers, those kinds of people that do things that are around homeowners, pool cleaning guys, that kind of stuff, right? But then there's the next one, and this is the real opportunity. Who are going to help the people who live in your community with their lifestyle, right? The restaurant owners, the hair salons, the mechanic, the dentist, the doctor, the babysitter, childcare. Those kinds of people are critical for somebody to be happy in their home. And if you can be the Rolodex for everybody in your community who suddenly after this storm needs a tree removal person, and you know somebody, that's the key. You want to identify potential partners that you're going to target. Then you're going to run an AI audit, which I'm going to spend some time in a minute on their business. Then you're going to define the value of what this audit does for the local business owner and get them to start thinking about it, right? And then you should then offer to upgrade one of the things in their audit so that you're not only pointing out the things that they could do better, but you're actually getting hands-on and helping them. Because the idea of having people give you credit, even if it's in their own mind, of helping them improve or grow their business is invaluable. And lastly, you want to build more and more value over time, right? We're going to start with one, see what happens. See if you like working with the person. See if they do a good job, that you don't mind referring them. And then once you have that kind of relationship, well then we're going to find one more thing that they can do, one more thing they can do. And then they're going to be compelled to either start referring you transactions or referring you to other business people so that you can continue to build your network. Right? Okay. So, in running your audit, let's start with what is AI actually looking for when you excuse me. When you instruct it to do the audit. It's looking at the visibility of the business. Check search engine optimization, the Google activity, reviews, visibility obviously is important. It asks for market consistency. Do people post once a year? Do they get testimonial? Are their testimonials 5 years old? Or is it something more regular? Is their brand clear so that their target audience says, this is exactly what I'm looking for? And what is their messaging? Is their messaging, hey, look at me, I'm a great lawyer? Or is it, hey, let me help you through a problem? It's different, right? Then there are trust signals. The AI is going to look at their testimonials, the amount, what they say, how frequently they happen, and how recent they are. It's going to look at photos. It's going to look at their authority. So authority could be designations they have, awards they've won, right? How are they positioned in the marketplace? It's looking for opportunities for them to convert more business. Does their marketing have a clear call to action? Does it have the ability for them to book, a prospect? You'd be shocked at how many people's phone numbers are like in the bottom corner of their websites, right? They don't have a Calendly link where people would, get on their calendar. Is there clarity about who to call, what times they're open, those kinds of things? Further, is there automation there? Do they have follow-up emails? Do they have frequently asked questions? Do they have an AI chatbot, right? Ultimately, businesses rarely get helpful feedback. Only sales pitches, right? So most agents, most people who are approaching a business to set up something where we can mutually grow, really go and say, look at me, look at how wonderful I am, right? It's like the agent that goes on a listing presentation and holds up all their designations. Instead of saying, what are your real wants and needs, and what can I do to help you, to a seller, they're saying, look at me. Here's everything great about me. Most people don't win. And they can't, and that won't be true in their businesses either. When you show up with insight about their business, instead of asking them for business, you instantly stand out from every other realtor they've done business with, or talked to, or met at a cocktail party. This is a critical shift in mindset where every conversation you're looking to have has got to be, how do I add value to that other person, right? You all want to, in the first conversation, talk to them about improving their Google profile. Because again, most people's Google business profile is weak or sucks, right? And then you're going to probably create for them 5 weekly Google business posts that will attract local customers that they can put on their social media. Because if you go in AI and say, I'm a divorce attorney who specializes in, marriages with kids that are having challenges, give me 5 ideas for posts and then write the 5 things. And if you were to bring that to a meeting for somebody that doesn't really post regularly, that would have some value, right? Then you're going to talk to them about improving their reviews. There's the typo. Improving their review strategy, right? You're going to create a friendly script that this business can use to ask customers for Google reviews. You probably, hopefully, you have one yourself, and then you're going to adjust it for them. But if you don't, you go into ChatGPT and say, I need you to create a friendly script for this plumbing business so that it can ask its clients or tell its clients or help its clients write the Google review, right? Because why do you not get reviews? Because people don't know what to write, or what they write is so generic that it doesn't really grab anybody's attention, right? We always coach agents to say, I don't want the testimonial to say that, Mary Sue was just a lovely human being, very friendly and a good communicator, and she bought us a nice closing gift. I wanted to say, here's what our fear was in the beginning. Here's what Mary Sue told me she was going to do about it, and it turned out she executed on her plan. Or we had an unanticipated glitch, and Mary Sue jumped in and fixed it so that we could still close on time. Those are the kinds of reviews we want, because those are the ones that connect with your prospects, right? As we're doing the audit, you need to, before you do the audit, you need to go to this new business that you're looking to approach, grab their website, look at their business profile and their social media. You don't have to analyze it. Don't do a deep dive. You're not making the judgment of what they need to do. Let's just get our heads wrapped around the idea that we barely know what to do for our own business. What you just need to do is write these things down, what their website is, what their profile is, and what social media they're on. Because you're going to use this prompt, which you're going to, tweak so that you're putting in their business name, their website, their business profile, their social media accounts, and you're going to let ChatGPT go into the internet and figure it out. You don't have to write this down. At the end, I've created a checklist for all of this, and this is all in there. So as long as you email me when we're done, hey Dean, please send me the checklist, you'll have this. So you don't have to write it or take a picture of it. But this is the prompt you're going to use to do a Google Business AI audit, right? Then we want to, as with everything in ChatGPT, you want to review the audit and make it less data sounding or facts drowning. You want to tell Chat, rewrite this audit so it sounds helpful, supportive, easy to understand, not critical or overly technical. We want it to be something that when you give it to this audit to a business owner, that they feel grateful for getting, because it seems like it makes sense and something that they would want to engage in, right? The idea is it's a relationship friendly thing. This is critical. I will always tell you time and time again, whenever you think it's ready, that's when you ask ChatGPT, I want you to pretend you're a business auditor who's criticizing people's web presence, not just a realtor who's trying to put a project together, and rank your findings on a scale of 1 to 10. And it's likely to come back and say, it's pretty good. I'd give it an 8.2. And then you're going to say, well, I don't want an 8.2. Make it a 10. And then it's going to tell you what you should change and what you should do. And then you tell it, go ahead and do that. And then when you're done with that, you're going to have something that I would print on my letterhead and give to this business owner at our one-on-one meeting. And it would be the focal point of what I'm building the relationship on from the beginning, right? The idea should be, you should highlight, break out a highlighter, only 3 ideas. Giving them 20 ideas will overwhelm them, it will paralyze them, and they won't do anything, right? So you're probably going to have 10 things, 20 things that chat is going to tell them that they should do. You should say, based on my experience, here's the 3 I would be working on, and then have a conversation with them, and then pick 1. Not pick 3, not pick 20. Give them the thing that has all 20, but let's pick 1 that will have the biggest impact, will have the most immediate impact, will be cheapest, with a greater rate of return. Those are the things you should be garnering from the conversation you're having with the business owner as to why they haven't done this already. Hey, I didn't know how to do it. Well, now let me help you. Let's get this done. I didn't have the funds for it. Well, now cheap is a priority. So what are we going to, look at as the most cost effective? Or I need an immediate influx of business to my restaurant. What should I do? Or let's brainstorm about it. Because now you're not Mary Sue, the local realtor. You're a business coach, consultant who cares about me and my business. And that's the position we want to be in, right? You want to deliver this without pitching your services or asking for referrals. Instead, you want to look for what they can give to your database. The end of this conversation shouldn't be, hey, give me a buyer or a seller. It should be, listen, I have 300 people in my database, or I have 50 people in my database that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I'm always looking for ways to help them. And the reason I reached out to you is because everybody needs an Italian restaurant. Everybody needs somebody to do their taxes. Everybody needs this, that, or the other thing. And so I would like to offer your services to them because I do a weekly email, a monthly newsletter, whatever you do. And we're going to talk about a lot of that on the meeting on the 26th. But the idea is, what can this local business now give to my database, right? Most businesses, they advertise in the penny saver, or they have a number in their head, what they'd be willing to give away to get a new client. Maybe they'll buy you a free appetizer if it's your first time in the restaurant. Or maybe it's free x-rays at your first visit at the dentist. As you're learning about their business and how they get business and what offers they make to people, you don't necessarily have to say to them, what discounts can you give? It's what do you normally do? And take what they normally do and then bring it to your personal referral, and they'll get some business out of it. I would suggest you tell your clients that go to this place for the first time that they have to, mention your name. If you're doing regular mailers, maybe they have to bring your business card. Maybe, they have a magic word of the month called Pelican, something, so that the business owner knows that business came because of what they did with you. That will help you the next time you want to talk to that business owner. Some businesses aren't going to give you discounts. So let's say, this estate attorney is not going to say, maybe he'll say a free consultation. Maybe he'll do that. But maybe what they could give you of more value is a marketing piece that says, here's 4 things that you should have in your will. Or 6 reasons why you need a will. Here's the shit that's going to happen to you because you don't have a will. And that you can take that valuable, insider secret, valuable information that everybody should have, but they don't. Things people should know, but they don't even know they should know. And that's part of your value proposition to the people under your care. So in some cases, it'll be discounts. Some cases, it'll be education. Maybe you're doing a monthly webinar where you talk about the market in your community, and then you bring on a local business owner that brings their insider secrets. I don't know. But that's the value of leveraging businesses, because if, let's say you did a podcast or a Zoom call once a month, not only would your core people be invited, but that attorney's core people will be invited. And so in front of their database, you're now the expert at the real estate market, right? Or buying an investment property or whatever. You need to look for ways to leverage these other relationships. So as we look to wrap up, email me if you want the business audit checklist, right? You could reply to the email that this Zoom is attached to, or you need my email, there it is, right? So email me. But the goal and what we're trying to accomplish here is that we shift the identity of an agent in the community. So that when you go to a Chamber of Commerce meeting, you're not just there having, another cocktail talking about the Mets or the weather with people that you see every month but get no business from. That when you go to the BNI meeting and wake up at 6:30 in the morning, that it actually becomes a profit center. That you're going to connect with these people not in front of the group as much as one-on-one and take their business up a notch. And you're the reason it went up a notch. And within the group, they're going to rave to the other business owners about what you did, how you did it, and they're going to want to be with you, right? You want to shift your identity, not being an agent. You are now a community connector, a business growth partner, a local resource hub, and a trusted advisor. Those are much better things on your business card or your resume or your mission statement or any of your marketing than, Mary Sue, I've been an agent for 20 years. Right? Your mantra's got to be you're helping businesses grow, helping clients win, and helping people avoid the ignorance tax. These businesses are ignorant, many of them, in how to grow their business, how to grow their network, how to add value, how to keep in contact with past people, yada, yada, yada. You can lessen their ignorance so that they maximize their opportunities, and they will then, if they're normal human beings, they will have guilt, and they will try to help you grow yours, right? If you had 50 local businesses and 5% of them referred you a transaction every year, you'd have 5 transactions every 2 years. And if your average commission's $10,000, $12,000, $14,000, that's $50,000 to $70,000. If you do this, if you're serious about it, and you're serious about helping me grow my business, and you're serious about staying in contact with me and holding me accountable and being a connector and a business coach, whatever else, that number could double. If you're serious about leveraging the value of all these other businesses into your local farm of 300 homes, those people are going to have a much different opinion about you. One, they're going to see you everywhere. And they're going to know that the emails you send aren't just generic marketing, because every email is going to have some kind of value proposition, either a discount or information, and people are more likely to open up your marketing. When you door knock, when you send out a newsletter or a mailer, you are going to elevate your game to the professional status it should be and the professional status it needs to be. But it's not going to happen just because you wish it, in the same way it hasn't happened up till now just because you went to the Chamber of Commerce meeting or you went to a BNI breakfast. There's a science to networking, and AI can make it happen. That's the reason we did the class today. I hope you got something out of it. Again, email me if you want the audit, and I really would appreciate it if you gave me some commentary after you're done watching it. Thanks. Hope the storm didn't hurt you too bad.